Hey guys, it's Sam from Sauce Slow and Slow, and today we're going to showcase the Fiammetta Rapid Charcoal Barbecue. So we're going to show you some really great features of this barbecue, some things that it assists you to do and what you can and you can't do with it. So first of all, this is the surface, this is what it looks like. The lid is really user friendly. You've got your temperature gauge at the front here and your two handles. It's not a hinge lid, I'll show you exactly what it does. You just lift the lid off, and the great thing about this lid is underneath we got some little brackets just there, and that nicely just sits on the side like so. And so now our lid is nice and neat and tidy, and we've got our grilling surface. So first of all, let's show you some of these trays here. We've got our ash tray here, which is easy to pull out, tip out any of your ash, that'll fall straight through the grates. And then we've got our little compartment where we lower this and we can then feed more charcoal in. At the moment we've just got the starter charcoal. You can get a kilo inside here and 5 kilos throughout the whole tray, and potentially this is exactly where you would feed that charcoal in. It comes with two cast iron grates, a really big cooking surface for this, and the great thing about these cast iron grates, obviously when they're not hot, is you just got two little finger holes there where you can actually lift them out. So really easy to lift out, and they're really good quality. Okay, great thing about this barbecue is it has a rotisserie, built-in rotisserie, already connected. These really easily just slide in and out. They're really firm, so you give them a little push. These little nodules here will actually hold them in place, and that's your barbecue rotisserie. When it's not in place, what we actually have is this little, a little cover that goes over it, and this little cover just sits there. So really neat finish if you're not using the rotisserie. And then all we do, if you had nails, I don't, is we just put that back in, and I'll show you how that goes back in. Slide in there and just give a little push, and it slides in nice and firmly, and that's our rotisserie. So let's have a look at some of the functions on the front of our rotisserie, shall we? These are our buttons that we can use to function it. We've got our quick start, and our quick start will run a little heat element in there right underneath the charcoal for about 8 minutes, and then it will run the fan for 12, and that's going to get our charcoal really lit. So 20 minutes to initially light our kilo of charcoal. Then we've got our booster fan. Once you press that, you'll find when it's on, it changes to red and the fan kicks in, and you can hear the fan, and blue means it's not on. Press our button for our rotisserie, and if our rotisserie is connected, it will start turning, and here's our light. Great feature for our light is if you're not using the rotisserie, it's going to light up any food you're cooking on this surface, so you're not going to need too much of your own lighting. This thing really is bright as anything. So we press that button and we can turn it off. The great thing about this charcoal barbecue, and we'll actually show you when we lower this lid, is this little setting here. At the moment it's the furthest it can be from the tray, but we can actually move this. So if we want to adjust our cooking, want to take our food closer or further away from charcoal, it's all at our fingertips. So we can lift this all the way up, and we can potentially have our charcoal sitting directly right underneath it. It can go closer. Let's just show you how close it can actually go. I'll just move some of these charcoal pieces out of the way. And we'll show you how close this can go. So this is the very top setting. As you can see, it's really close, right underneath our cooking surface. So we can cook directly under charcoal. If we're doing a rotisserie chicken and we want to just ease off a little bit, we can come halfway down and continue to cook. If we find our chicken's browning too quickly, or our meat's browning too quickly, and we want to just slow it down, well then we can just take it right down to the bottom, and then we put the lid on, and potentially we have an oven and we can cook whatever you like in here. So this is one of the great features. So what we'll do is we'll put our charcoal back in here like we're doing there, and we'll close this lid up. So we're going to show you the side panel now. The great thing about the side panel, this is where you can store anything here if you like, but this is where all your rotisserie gear is stored. This is heat resistant bamboo. So once we take that off, the great thing about this is we can just actually rest it there. You've got your holders for all of your rotisserie prongs. They just slide into, a bit dark, but just into a compartment just there. You can put all of your equipment inside here, so it's nicely stored away, really easy to use. So I'll show you how we attach, our rotisserie. Here's our little rotisserie unit here, and that just slides in the top like so, and then there's a little flap at the back, and we just turn and we just connect up the rotisserie. Now that's connected, that's our rotisserie unit connected, and as we said, if we were to press the button and you come up here, you'll start seeing the rotisserie rod is turning. Now what a real clever feature with this barbecue, and cameraman's gonna I'm just gonna get in the way a second. Come on down here, Quillen, and have a look at this for us. Just down the bottom here is actually where our rotisserie rod is stored, and all it does is it just slides out of a holder like so. And it's just this little flap down here, and when you haven't got the rotisserie in place, you can just close it. It's a little dark to see, but that's basically where you put it. Then all we do, slide it into a holder, like so, and we rest it in like that. There is something that goes in here that actually holds it up, but that potentially now is turning. And that's our rotisserie. We put all our rods and everything we need. So really, really easy to use. We just turn it off. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start and light our charcoal, and then we're going to come back and show you what's actually happening. So let's get it going. What you'll find in here is you'll see a little element, almost like an oven element, that will go red to start with. Once the charcoal's bright red, the fan's going to kick in and we're going to be ready to cook. So we'll come back shortly. Most importantly, make sure it's on the lowest setting you can, so it's right underneath those elements, and then you're good to go. So we'll come back and show you what it looks like in a few seconds. So hey guys, just wanted to show you with a bit of a torch. It's a bit dark here. These actual areas here is where the actual prongs get slid into, and there's a little holder here. That's where your bamboo tray goes. So what I wanted to show you was just down here where your actual prong gets put. So it just slides through that hole there, and it slides through the entire base, so it's actually neatly tucked out the way. So Fiammetta have thought of everything basically to store and keep everything out the way. So let's have a look at this thing in the dark, and we'll show you how bright it actually is.
Go.
So guys, this is your setup. This is your rotisserie running at the moment with your lights on. It comes with 4 prongs, so you're pretty good to go. And I didn't show you before, but it actually comes with a holder here. That thing just slides in there, which keeps it off. So let's see what this thing looks like with the lights off, shall we? So as you'll see guys, it's actually pretty bright, and there's a fair bit of light in your cooking surface. So hey, if you did want to showcase and you did want to show off a bit, why not? What the hell? You can actually do so and cook in the dark. So yeah, really bright, really cool feature, especially if you haven't got a great light outside. And if you come down here, you might just be able to see the red element that's lit just down there. So underneath there it's red, that's actually lit up, and we're starting to get a bit of smoke from our charcoal now, as you might be able to just make out. Yeah, you'll see some smoke coming from that now. So guys, that's your rotisserie setup. What's cool about that is you've got your lights over here. Again, our red ones mean it's operating, blue means we haven't yet pressed it. So we'll light this thing and come back when all the charcoal's lit and it's looking. Okay guys, so we're through our second part, which is our fan running. If you have a look down here, that flashing indicates that we've already started heating our element up, and we've now got our fan running. Like we said, that'll run for 12 minutes. You have a look inside here, you can see now that charcoal's lit. So that's only actually been running. Let's just, it's not too hot at the moment. Let's have a look inside there. So you can see our charcoal's running, and we've still got probably another 5 minutes. And the great thing about it is it gets it started for you, and then you can always put the fan on again just to keep on boosting it. And you can also, the great thing about it is when we lift it right up to the top and we're directly cooking over charcoal, well, if we want to get that heat really intense, we just kick our fan in and we instantly get like a blower, putting a blower on some charcoal, so that'll work really well. The only downside is, I don't really see it too much as a downside, is with the lid. If you come down here, there's a little thing that says don't put it on when it's fully loaded with charcoal. You can see that? Only when it's got 1 kilo in it. So potentially, we're only going to put the lid on when we've got this much charcoal. And I don't see too much of a problem, because that amount of charcoal is going to get enough heat for us to do a roast, which we're more likely going to be putting the lid on. If we're doing any charcoal rotisserie cooking, where the lid's going to be off anyway. So just a small thing, but I don't really see it as an issue. I'll have a play with it and we'll see what happens, but like I said, I think it's going to be absolutely fine. So my thoughts on the Fiammetta Rapid Charcoal. Awesome setup, easy to put together, great storage. The great thing about this is everything is in one place. Everything has a place to store it. Love the look of the LED lights. Love how functional they are. They tell you whether on or off with the colour. It's the small things that matter. I love how easy it is to set up the rotisserie. I love the light function. It's got a big cooking surface. It's sturdy, it's solid, it's heavy, and it's really easy to start. You put your charcoal on, you press a button, you're good to go. And I know there's lots of other things where you just put paper in a lighter in your charcoal lights, but hey, if we can light it as cool as this, then why not? I love the function that you can actually lower and higher the charcoal, which means we can really control our own destiny when it comes to cooking meat, and we can control what happens to our own cook. I love having that ability than being controlled by a machine or something telling me what to do. So guys, we've got our rapids, we've got our pellet smokers, we've got our offset smokers. Whatever you're using, have fun using it, guys. Spend time with your friends and family, and check out www.source low and slow. At the moment we've got a 10% promotion, guys, so check it out. Give me some feedback on the website. It's only gone live this Friday, and so if there's some things wrong with it, hey, give me some feedback. I'm always happy to make changes. I'll catch you soon, guys. See you soon. Bye.